Hi guys, welcome to A to Z United. I'm Anand here and I'm joined by Ankit. Ankit, thank you so much for joining. It's always wonderful to see you here. And for all the viewers watching across the board, it's wonderful to have you guys here and hope you all are having an amazing day. In this video, we're going to preview the crucial Premier League match between Everton and Manchester United, which is happening on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Ankit, are you excited about tomorrow's match?
Yeah, it's a massive game for both Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fortune basically depends upon this one whole game. This is a make or break game for him because if he wins, he gets the added time. He gets the borrowed time as a Manchester United manager, and then we'll see what happens further. If not, then all the rumors that are circulating right now that we have approached Pochettino for this job will slowly and gradually get louder, and I think eventually we will see that turnover of the seats taken by Pochettino. So it's a massive, massive game for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he has to win. Also for Manchester United, currently we are sitting 15th in the Premier League table, and we need to start winning games, or else we are like getting into that relegation zone.
Mm-hmm. Uh, that's pretty true, Ankit. I mean, this match has come pretty fast. It's too soon right now, but
Mm,
this couldn't have been a case. The thing is, Everton have had a pretty good start in the season. They are
yeah,
6 points ahead of us. They're currently sitting in fifth, whereas we are currently sitting at 15th. We do have a game in hand, and the difference between us is basically 6 points. So if we defeat Everton, we have a very good chance of cutting that lead to about 3 points. And the league has been getting tougher and tougher. And with the host of fixtures that's going to come, it's just going to get much more tougher. So I think this is, as you mentioned, it's a pretty much must-win game in terms of
yeah.
having a good standing in the Premier League, in terms of the future for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in terms of all the negativity that's been brooding up due to our negative
Hmm.
results the past 4 games. So yes, Ankit,
Correct.
I think we need to have this has to be a comeback right now, where we should really
Hmm.
start winning and having a good game as well. But that being said, Ankit, what are your hopes, by the way, in this particular match? Do you think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to set up in a way where we'll be taking the game to Everton, or the way we saw in our previous matches against Chelsea, against Arsenal, or even Istanbul? Are we just going to sit back and what are you expecting tomorrow?
As you said, the league is quite unpredictable, and see who's at the top of the table right now. Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
anything can happen in this league, and just considering today's game, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think, will basically have a conservative approach. If my managerial job is on the line, I'll not go all out attack because I know if I go all out attack, I don't have the defense behind me to cover for to cover for me, and we will leak in a couple of goals because Everton attack is quite lethal, and they have the players who can hit us. On the break or even in the possession based system. So yes, he will go with a conservative approach, and I'll not be surprised if we see a similar kind of game like we saw against Arsenal and Chelsea, where we were very conservative and we didn't get the tactic side. So I'm expecting a drawish game or very close where both the teams negate each other.
And last season, of course, Bruno Fernandes scored, the
Yeah.
the equalizer goal against Everton, and that match was also draw. So our last season performance
Just on that
against.
point, yeah,
Mhm.
just on that point, our away record at Goodison Park or at Everton hasn't been great. If you see,
Mhm.
there a couple of seasons back at Goodison, we lost 4-0 to Everton.
Mhm.
We lost 4-0 to Everton, and also last season, both the home and the away matches were 1-1 draw. So Everton hasn't been joyous ride for us. It has been a tricky fixture. So
Mhm.
I'll not expect anything much less than that. It is going to be a neck to neck game.
Yes, Ankit, And speaking of form, by the way, of course, we discussed that Everton have had a really wonderful start to the Premier League
Start to
campaign.
season.
That being said, their previous 3 games, they only took 1 point out of a possible nine. They've had
Hmm.
2 defeats and a draw. And as far as Manchester United is concerned, of course, Ankit, as we all know, it's been terrible the previous few games.
Terrible.
A draw at Chelsea, a defeat at Arsenal, and then the defeat against Istanbul Basaksehir. So of
Hmm.
course we need a comeback victory in this particular match. But as we see, in Everton, we see that Dominic Calvert-Lewin has had a wonderful start to the campaign. In fact, he's targeting Golden Boot the way he's been scoring right now. James Rodriguez has been good, and they have a wonderful manager in Carlo Ancelotti. So
Mm.
it's going to be a pretty tough side to beat, and it's an away match against Goodison Park. So speaking of the nature of the match and everything, what, according to you, would be the predicted lineup, Ankit?
Just we'll start with Everton. Everton will play with the 4-3-3 system. The back four is quite solid. They have Dinia, Moiskin, Yarimina, and Coleman in the defense. Their midfield is one of the strongest midfields in the Premier League right now. Allen with the Dracure and Andre Gomez as the holding midfielders. James Rodriguez, as you said, Calvert-Lewin is in hot form. They will miss Richarlison, who is their key main or the target player. He's
Hmm.
out due to suspension. So maybe Sigurdsson will play. Also, Sigurdsson is a very good player. So yeah, we'll if you see in the opponent's half, they have a pretty much decent lineup. Yeah. We'll come to Manchester United and we'll see what formation and predicted lineup will Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might play in this game. David De Gea in goal, Aaron
Hmm.
Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Harry Maguire. The one thing over here is, as you know, he doesn't trust Tuanzebe or he doesn't trust any of the other centre backs that we have in the club. So basically, he has to play Harry Maguire and Lindelof in each and every game. So
Hmm.
yeah, Harry Maguire and Lindelof. Luke Shaw at left back. Though Alice Telles is fit and traveling with the squad, but I don't think he will play. He'll go with Luke Shaw. In the midfield, as I said, the midfield is quite strong. So if we want to win this game, we have to get the hold of the midfield and dominate it. So Fred and McTominay has to play this game. The
Hmm.
tenacity and the aggression with which Fred's play, his interception was badly missed in both the games. In Arsenal, though he played against Arsenal, he didn't have a great game. But against Istanbul, I think that tenacity, we were missing that tenacity of Fred. So Fred and McTominay, Bruno Fernandes as the attacking midfielder. On the left hand side, Rashford, striker as Martial, as he will be back in this game.
Hmm.
On the right hand side, I think that is a choice for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to make. If he wants to pay Pogba, Van de Beek, or Greenwood, but I myself will go with Donny Van de Beek because when Donny Van de Beek has come into this starting 11, he has had an impact on the game. So for me, I go with Donny Van de Beek.
Okay. How about Daniel James? Do you think he would be starting?
This game is not meant for Daniel James because we need some technical players to get through the defense of Everton.
Hmm.
And if we want to play that counter attacking system where we just want to soak up the pressure and hit them on the counter attack, then we can play Daniel James. But as you know, Daniel James' final third delivery and his uh, ball passing ability in the final third is not quite good. So I'll not play Daniel James in this game.
I think some interesting points put in over there, Ankit. And as you had mentioned, that Everton are really one of their strengths is the midfield, and they would
Yeah.
be really missing Richarlison dearly. And they
Mm-hmm.
of course have a really good defense also. Yeri Mina has been an absolute beast in the defense. Of course, with the Colombia national team also, he's the one who takes a leadership responsibility and asserts his dominance in the defense. So that's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
really tough battle. And speaking of Yeri Mina, we also, there were talks about maybe a year or so or maybe 2 years ago that we were also
Yeah, yeah,
asking for Yeri Mina. But yeah, I think they have a pretty good squad, and hopefully we can negate that.
yeah.
And so, you know, speaking of the players on the pitch right now, Ankit, what are the players to watch basically? Who would you pinpoint and say, okay, this person could be the guy who can lead the attack for Manchester United, or the guy who will be the standard performer according to you? So, what are the
For
players to
Everton,
watch? What? Hmm.
yeah, yeah. For Everton, as you said, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is in hot form. He is like the target man for Everton, and he's scoring goals for fun. So yes, for Everton, I'll go with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. For Manchester United, it's quite confusing because none of the players have turned up recently, but I'll still bank my money on Bruno Fernandes.
Hmm. I think
What
likewise.
about you? Yeah. What
I feel
What about
that
you?
yes, I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin is a player to watch, and one player I expect to put in a shift, tomorrow in tomorrow's game and really perform is the person who is coming back after a three-match ban. So I would like to see how Anthony
Oh,
Marshall comes and does
Yeah.
this. And Bruno Fernandez, of course, as expected, he's the one who's always trying a lot of things. But I'm expecting Anthony Marshall to do, our results have been good when Anthony Marshall has really put in a shift and, tracking back and
Yeah.
doing a lot of things. So hopefully, we are going to have some really interesting battles all over the park. James
Mm-hmm.
Rodriguez with our midfield,
Yeah.
and Bruno Fernandez is again, Bruno Fernandez with maybe Allen, you can say, and
Yeah.
Anthony Marshall, Marcus Rashford with Yerry Mina. So there's going to be really good performances all over
On
the
the other
park.
side, if you can see Harry Maguire and Lindelof and Dominic Calvert-Lewin,
Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
that is one of the key batters to watch out for, because
Mhm.
Calvert-Lewin has the pace, has the physical strength. So that is going to be that battle is going to be a great battle.
Yes, Ankit. And speaking of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, now this really worries me. The thing is, we have been really poor from the wings. The way we have been defending from the wings, we have been really poor. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the
Hmm.
reason he has scored so many goals is he gets a lot of
Getting
services
crosses.
from the
Yeah,
wings.
yeah,
So if we are unable to, and the way we conceded the goal against Sevilla in the Europa League, semi-final, and the way
yeah,
Saka got an open header,
yeah.
against Arsenal.
Even in the last match, Dembaba just played a dummy and Harry Maguire left it.
Yes,
So
so
that
if
was a
that's
cross, but it was a ground cross. Yeah.
so if that's going to be the case again this time, if we are not
Mm.
stopping the crosses, then I think our defense is going to have a really really long evening. That's for
Excellent
sure.
point. Yeah, excellent point.
Yeah,
Correct.
So I
Because
think,
both the
yeah.
fullbacks, both Everton fullbacks, Deeney and Coleman, put in crosses and put in quite a lot of decent crosses.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I think some interesting battles to be going on. Ankit, what are your predictions for this game?
As I said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is on the line. He'll go very conservative. He'll sit back, soak the pressure, and maybe hit them on the counter attack. That is what I'll expect to see. And for as for the result, I'll go with a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think likewise, Ankit. For me, of course, I would love to see Manchester United win. I'm really hoping for a
Yeah,
victory.
yeah,
but
same here.
to be really honest, over here, I don't fathom seeing Manchester United scoring a lot of goals and then winning this.
Yeah.
I don't know, at least based on the previous few games, and of course considering that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is on the line,
Mm-hmm.
he would be sitting back conservatively. So I'm hoping at least there's an 80% chance that we won't lose as well. So that being said, I'm also hoping that
Yeah,
this.
because we are good at counter attacking. So if you find the
Yes.
right team, right system, we can win it. Yeah.
Hopefully we wouldn't be making those silly mistakes defensively the way we did against Istanbul. So hopefully we
That I
shore
think
up our
God also
defense.
cannot guarantee if that God also cannot guarantee if Harry Maguire and Lindelof will not make that mistakes. So I'm not
Mhm.
counting on the defense on this match.
I think that being
I
said.
may, yeah, I might be proven wrong because we have shown some defensive brilliance against Leipzig and PSG,
Mm,
but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be difficult today.
long evening, yes. So Ankit, I think
Yeah,
consolidating all those points, I think what I'll say is this is also, I also kind of fathom a draw. I'm kind of hoping that this match would most probably result in a draw. I would love to be surprised maybe in a positive way. So obviously, Ankit, we have discussed so many wonderful points, and we have also predicted what the possible score line would be, and we also discussed about the potential lineup. Hopefully, we have a
hmm,
wonderful game tomorrow, and hopefully, we can grab the 3 points
today. Sorry, today.
today. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I think the match is today. Yeah, so hopefully, we
Yeah.
can we can get the 3 points, and we can close the gap to the top of the Premier League in the standings, because Liverpool, Southampton, they're all going to run away with the points. So until then, more of match reactions, match reviews, and other discussions to come on this particular channel. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you can get this video to about 50 subscribers, we'll be inviting you guys to our channel to have more of some interesting discussion on the same.